How did your father influence your life? You know, social habits, career, your personality.
Well, to be honest, my dad was really just the boss of the house. He, whatever I wanted to do, I done, but he just supported me. He can never really come and watch me. He watched a few of my when I played football early, but when I boxed, he watched all my fights. I took my parents to all my fights. But my dad, prior to my third world title, my dad went into hospital and they said my dad was going to die. So we had to go in and clean my dad, we had to shave him, and they said by morning your dad would be dead. And it was a couple of weeks before my third world title in May of '88, and I walked in and my dad was there, and my brothers were shaving him and having him ready, and he said to me that I said, I'm not going to fight. He said, you're going to fight. He said, I'm going to be there at the fight. I said, yeah. So anyway, the next morning when he was supposed to not be here, he was still here, and then the next morning he was still there. 2 weeks later he was at my fight, and then a few days after the fight my dad passed away. So he never seen me lose. He never seen me lose a fight. I was 3-time world champion, undefeated while he was there. So I don't know.
It's got to make you proud.
Yeah, amazing. And he used to drive my mum mad because nobody could watch telly because all he done was watch all my fights over and over again. But like I said, it was funny because I wasn't a great kid. I mean, I went out and done what I had to do to live every day. And like I said, I had a time I had to be home, so I had to be home. If I wasn't home on time, as soon as we got home, in Maltese it's called the trilterine, it's the belt. My dad would get that off, and we were punished. And so we were always home on time, but like I said, when the doors closed, only if my dad knew what I was doing, he would have tied me up and kept me at home. But I still believe that my dad had a great influence on my life because I knew what was right or wrong with him, and he wanted us. He wanted us to be perfect. He wanted us to be right, but I don't know. That wasn't the neighbourhood I grew up in. That wasn't the people I mixed with, and I just, like I said, I done the best I could to have what everybody else had. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. If I travelled in my midst and seen somebody with a nice tracksuit on, I wait till their parents. We used to call it clothesline shop, and that tracksuit was coming to my house and it was washed, and so I just did things that everybody in my neighbourhood done. We survived, and proud of it, and not ashamed one bit of what I did or what I had to do to do what I done, and more than happy to say that I was super proud of my dad. Like the dad who I really, like I said, who couldn't do much with us, because he was sick.